Play. Love 50.
Very interested to see how quickly and how often de Minaur attacks that forehand side. There is a tendency to kind of go after the Rublev backhand. Doesn't break down that often.
Oh.
Love 30.
Ah.
15-30.
Foul.
Well, if you're the opposition of Andrey Rublev, you like to see that. I'm not talking about the double fault. I'm talking about his reaction afterwards, saying how gusty, how windy it is, Wally. Can't be that bad down there, is it?
Slight breeze. But if you grow up playing tennis in Australia, all our major cities are on the coast. It is windy. It's not a problem for the Australian players, but the Northern Hemisphere players just do not enjoy it.
Well, half the year is played indoors. No elements. Call that an easy volley, but an anxious one. Break point, missed opportunity from de Minaur. Did everything right, didn't he, until then?
Just called it a little bit late, perhaps.
Advantage Rublev.
Fernando Vincenzi. Was in the pink shirt. Roberto Martin just to his right. And then Carlos Costa, not the former player, but the physio for Andrey on the left of Vincenzi.
Well, do you think Rublev will like the trajectory of de Minaur's ball? I mean, it's pretty flat, comes onto the racket.
Well, you talk about the trajectory. Demon just went with a little slice there. So Demon in that game.
Foul.
15 love.
Well, you talk about De Minaur slice, and I saw him playing Perth. There's Neil Fraser, and he's very special to Wally and I. He was our Davis Cup captain for a lot of years. The only Davis Cup captain I ever had. Captained the team for over 20 years. Was a member of winning teams. As a captain, he won it 4 times. Great man of Australian tennis. But I want to talk about Demon Slice here. I think there's an opportunity there for that shot tonight. He's been using it early in the summer to great effect in Perth, when he played Novak, by the way. But I think it will be more effective from the other end. As Wally said, the wind's at De Minaur's back here.
15.
And tougher to get an effective slice over and low when you're hitting with the wind. So into the wind, it wouldn't surprise me if he drops that ball deliberately short to both sides, down to the forehand wing and also cross court. He doesn't mind if he invites this man in occasionally.
Fault.
Forty 15.
It's going to be the pattern of play that's going to be fascinating. Not just the backhand down the line. That's going to be pretty crucial for both players. But it's what they do with the forehand that they're going to get after going down the line with the backhand that's going to probably decide which way this one goes.
Fault.
Well, that was a slice, and it was deep, and it caused Rublev some problems. I don't think it caught the line. I think it was inside the line, but it certainly seemed to shoot through a little bit. And Rublev stands up close to the baseline a lot of the time to hit his ground stroke, so that can cause some problems for players.
Fitzy, you're talking about the slice, and we saw the missed volley in the first game, but these are the things that Demon can employ, and if he gets that right and can stand up to the arm wrestle, I think he's home tonight.
Is De Minaur quicker than what this man was?
Well, possibly.
That was some beautiful wrist handle, wasn't it, from De Minaur? I mean, it was one thing to have the foot speed to get there. It was another thing altogether to pull out the scalpel and come up with the shot that he did.
Wrist candy. I like it. It was.
Demon probably uses it more dynamically. Leighton just seemed to scramble. He'd get deep in the court and scramble incredibly well.
I think Leighton used to be incredible at anticipating. He was half a step to where the player was hitting the ball before they hit it. And Demon, not unlike that, but I think for pure explosive speed, I'm not sure Demon's not a bit quicker. It's marginal. We'll never know, I guess. Both covered the court magnificently.
Game, Rublev.
Contrasting hold for Rublev compared to his first service game.
Rublev
2-1.
leads 2 games to 1.
Does absorb pace, as Wally's been saying, exceptionally well. He doesn't want to have to do it too often, though. The Rublev forehand has about 8 Ks on de Minaur's. And it's not easy to wrestle back the point when you've given it control to Rublev.
Love 30.
Fault.
That sort of point, doesn't he, Rublev? He loves pace, loves it.
And that's the point where the wind will make a difference. You could see them standing toe-to-toe. It was like a game of forcings back. Rublev was getting further inside the court with every shot.
Pretty incredible that he's taken 42% of the shots inside the baseline, as you just saw there, Rublev. Incredibly aggressive. And another example of the relentless nature of Rublev. And it was too much for de Minaur.
Rublev leads 3 games to 1.
Only aggressive in the rally situation, as you can see, but Rublev particularly on the return as well. Alex is going to have to find his spots or serve a fair bit into the body, perhaps, to try and jam Rublev from that end.
In the first one I saw, he struggled, but as he went through the second match, he grew in confidence, and since then, he's won a couple of easy ones. He's been in good shape, hasn't he? So he'll be rested, as will Alex, but his confidence is high. Amazing how emotive he gets early on, isn't it? I mean, why would he need to be so upset with that miss?
He's so wound. He's wound so tight. I mean, that's the 3rd or 4th time he's looked over to his camp with a look of anguish or complaining about the wind. He's on edge.
15-7.
Fault.
Well, the scramble this time came from Rublev. And de Minaur did well to keep himself in the rally after the lob went over him.
Fault.
Gee, there's power there, isn't there? And because that combined with the fact that he takes the ball so early up on the baseline, Rublev. A couple of concerned looks there. That's the de Minaur camp. But the ball's down the other end so fast because you take it early. And he hits with such power.
Rublev.
Good escape from this end once again for Rublev. Consolidates the break 4-1.
Rublev leads 4-1.
I just want to say, as a meteorologist, maybe I haven't got what it takes because
15
I misjudged the wind a little bit. That last couple of games, that was tough for Demon down there. This is an important 2 games. This end is an advantage that he's now serving from. When you get into that rally situation, the player up here, the Demon end, has the advantage.
Such encouraging to know you do have a floor rally.
30 love.
I was beginning to think it didn't exist.
Well, normally I'm pretty good. I just sort of look to the heavens and get inspiration. Not today.
Well, it certainly makes this game a must-win game for de Minaur if he's to have a chance in this first set. He probably needs to win both of these, Wally is suggesting. And if he can, maybe he can then vary it a little bit from the other end, drop a few balls short for a change from down there. But first things first.
Very interesting there. Rublev hit a fairly routine cross-court backhand and hustled to the baseline very quickly.
Yeah, but this is not the shot we're talking about. This is almost like a drop shot. That just sits straight up. That's an easy ball. If he's going to hit that slice, it's easier from the other end, mind you, into the wind, but he needs to get it to skim the net and stay low, rather than just sit there waiting to be hit. Easy shot for Rublev there.
Fault.
Just a hint of a possibility of taking control of that rally, and the Australian did so.
Rublev leads 4 games to
So Fitzy,
2.
if he's going to slice from this end, the deep slice is the better option. As you said, short slice from the other end. Now this is the game. This is the game. Hopefully he gets a look at a few second serves.
Staying impartial.
Yeah, we need to be careful of that because Rublev has been awfully good, hasn't he, so far? He's come out firing.
Love 15.
Fault.
Depth is a beautiful thing in this sport.
Love 30.
Fault.
On every error, that is going to be the soundtrack to Rublev's evening.
Well, historically, that hasn't been the case here.
Fault.
Devastatingly good return again from the Australian, and Rublev doesn't get an easy run at this opening set. We're back on
Leads
serve.
4 games to 3.
Pat Rafter took care of Tim Herman in 2001, and Wally Masur beat Boris Becker in 1987.
Gee, that was last century.
Let's first song. Love.
Might be playing into the wind, but he has the advantage of the new balls. Skip through onto Rublev.
A very good point. Yep, advantageous, especially if you get that first serve into play.
Fault.
that's the one he normally loves. The Rublev would be well advised not to drop that ball short to the forehand if he can. It's a lucky miss for him. De Minaur, he's so accurate down the line with it, and it's amazing. It's a bit of an enigma because he hits it without much spin. But while I really think that the serve at the body from that end is something he needs to work with, because sometimes it can produce a short return. If he can jam Rublev, quite often you get a short one.
Fault.
14-7.
To this opening set, 4-1 down to 4-all.
4 games on. Club.
These two met at the Four Slam Academy when he was being helped by Galo Blanco, Andrey Rublev, Fernando Vicente.
Has really improved, I think, in the last 3 games, and it's giving Rublev a bit of trouble. It's not allowing him to play his natural game as well. Oh, that missed by a whisker.
30 on.
What judgment from Rublev.
Either that or he didn't fancy the other option, which was trying to play it.
Fault.
There's a high-quality redirect down the line there from Rublev. Carlos Costa is...
$15 love.
Dropped his first ace of the night.
That's first. $30. Thank you. $15.
Just a barrage there from Rublev. That's where his strength lies.
Interesting how often players serve to the forehand, isn't it? Even when somebody has such a big shot like that as Rublev. Seems counterintuitive, but they often miss more than they make, and there's a free point to be had.
There's also a difference between a forehand on a return and a forehand during the rally. They both face this problem in consecutive games. Rublev had 30 all. De Minaur now 30 all and deuce. Serving with the wind. Big moments.
Territorial supremacy once again gained by Rublev inside the baseline, dominating the tempo. Set point. serve of the night. 2:08 from de Minaur, saves the set point.
Advantage.
If Rublev gets the first big hit in the rally, he's a different player, isn't he? He then tends to dictate most of the points.
Yeah, that little segment where de Minaur got back into it, his length into the last third of the court had increased by about 20%. You could see he was searching for it again, trying to keep Rublev at bay. Just missed, and here's set point number 2.
Fault. Fault.
A little unfortunate delay there for de Minaur.
6 games to 4.
And the double fault offers up a set lead for Rublev.
Seeding does protect players sometimes.
Correct.
Let's proceed.
Fault.
That is brilliant for Rublev.
Love 15.
Alex did everything right. Great close.
That little flick lob was top shelf, wasn't it?
But let's hope that point being lost doesn't dissuade him from coming in further.
Fault.
Love 30.
He's got so much flexibility with that forehand. You know he's going to crush it, but he can go equally inside out, inside in. One pattern he really does have, Rublev, is on that ad side with his backhand return. He goes almost exclusively cross court. So if you did serve and volley to it, you could kind of give him the line and at least kind of force him to have to move that sometimes, and at least could know where it's coming.
Come on, come on.
15-30. All.
It might be one-dimensional, but it is ruthless.
Same can be said on the deuce side. He doesn't really go off backhand return, Rublev. So, you know, again, if you're looking for ways to try and protect your serve, do something different, you can at least cover 80% of that court as you're coming in and give him the last 20 on the off backhand return from that side. Because hanging on to his serve is becoming a problem. Break point. Brilliant from de Minaur.
Deuce.
This was brilliant, and he came in a couple of times a few games ago, and Alex didn't make him volley. I think you've just got, this is an exceptional shot, obviously, but you must make Rublev volley, even if it's not quality.
Hasn't lost a point when he's hit his first serve into Rublev's forehand on the deuce side.
Advantage de Minaur.
He doesn't block it back, does he? He keeps going for it, Rublev. From the start to finish, he won't change that tactic, you wouldn't think. Pulls no punches.
Fault.
A significant hold of serve at the start of the second from the Aussie.
I think Katie was barracking.
1 game on.
In Spanish there.
Both of these have had their games honed in Spain. Of course, this man in Alicante, Rublev in Barcelona.
$15 left.
Gee, that was a big hold, wasn't it? I mean, that was dangerous, that game for de Minaur. He sort of stemmed the flow to a degree there. If he'd lost that game, it would have been starting to look a bit one-sided. Luck, bit of luck. You need some of that, as long as it's good luck. Not too much bad luck, but he gets some good stuff there. Does Alex de Minaur, and good hustle. This is the limitation of the volleys from Rublev. He still chooses to top spin the ball even in close there. Not that versatile, but very effective at times.
Oh, that is unbelievable.
But I don't mind the play at all. I don't mind the play at all. I think it's been a little same from Alex. We talk about the slice. He's got this ability to take the backhand and come in off the second serve. We haven't seen him flight one first serve. It's all been darts. Alex needs to go to his toolbox.
Yeah, I think when you commit to hitting the backhand and coming in from this first court like he did 2 points ago, you've just got to hope that you make a good one, either wide near the sideline and particularly deep. If you do that, he'll win a lot of those points, but he just didn't get it in the right spot, did he? Good intent, though.
But that's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? Have another 30-shot rally from the back of the court and get bashed up into the wind?
Left. First song.
That's the alternative, you know. You stay back. You're not going to win every point coming in, but you know, this is a tough corner back here. I'd even love to see him just chip a forehand return. You know, get a little chip down low in the service box off a first serve. He's got to throw everything at Rublev at the moment. Toe to toe is a difficult assignment.
Fault.
Rublev.
Well, that's a lovely tussle at the start of the second set. De Minaur will sit down after those 3 games and be grateful that they're still on serve. Perched right on the southeastern windowsill of Australia, Melbourne in the state of Victoria is absolutely looking glorious tonight. Things not looking quite so glorious tonight for Alex de Minaur at the moment. Trailing by a set on serve in the second.
And guys, even if it's a 15 love or a 30 love situation, I would love to see Alex throw in a slower second serve with a bit more flight. You've got to break up the ball machine that is Rublev at the moment.
Yeah, change of pace.
Yeah, it's
underrated.
It's too predictable at the minute.
Slice down the line, Wally, but gee, Rublev handled that well. He smashed that slice back across court.
He did, Fitzy, because he's playing well. But guess what happened on the slow slice? Not that Alex necessarily meant to play it that way, but the wind carried it deep. He got out in front of it. He didn't time it. He got out in front of it and pulled it wide, you know.
Change your pace.
You've got to try something a little different. And I'm not necessarily saying on your serve, but certainly when you're returning. I mean, you hit somebody with a slower slice and you sting him with a fast serve, you know. It's hard to hit through Rublev. It's hard to hit around him. Got to break up his rhythm.
No laughing matter tonight for Alex de Minaur as we see Rebel Wilson, good friends with Alex de Minaur. She was in Sydney.
Fault.
40-15.
Playing with and against the wind is an art form as well in terms of your serving, isn't it? Against the wind, maybe slice helps you a little bit more. It stays underneath the current. Then with the wind, a little kicker. Interesting tonight that Rublev is flattening it out from the end that he's at the moment. He's about 250 RPMs less than with the wind, so it's staying lower. Which makes it harder for Alex to get on top of the ball with his own flat shots to be aggressive from this end.
And it's all very well for me to sit here and talk about tactics. It's just happening so fast at the moment for Alex. He's just having to react to what Rublev is throwing at him. But there are certain times, off a second serve, for example, when he's returning, or a first serve, you've got to change the shape just that little bit. Slow slice, sting in with a flat ball. That's good.
Well, it helps when it's that deep, when it's half a metre from the baseline. That's really the only balls that Rublev has had trouble with tonight, except for the odd slice. So depth helps. Well, that's his stock standard. That's his favourite play, really. He just hasn't had a chance to do it much tonight. He's been on the back foot, just trying to stay in the rally. If he gets a short one to that forehand, this is his play.
Chenty with a career high ranking of 29 in the world, 3 titles all on the clay.
Is he taking some speed off that volley? It looks like it. Looks like he was looping the ball a bit more there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex.
Absolutely. I mean, this guy's like a metronome, Rublev. He just gets in sync and he's unstoppable. You've got to try to disrupt him.
Well, he certainly wants pace coming onto the racket. He loves that, doesn't he?
Fault.
Sounded suspiciously like an expert tonight, hasn't he? And exactly what he's been calling for. May just unlock the door for a break of serve here in the second set. From Rublev.
Yeah. That was exciting. The defence there, great players defend well. And de Minaur certainly showed his skill in that facet of the game right then, but Rublev did handle it incredibly well. That wasn't bad either, Mark.
And that's where maybe I feel sometimes with Rublev, you've got to try and take it down the line with that shot, because he stands wide on the outside to get the ball to come back on the diagonal to get his forehand into play as his first shot. He's waiting there for that return. It has to be incredibly good cross court to find his backhand.
But it's so natural, isn't it? If you're playing if you're a right-hander and you're playing in that second court, the natural return is across court more because it's over the low part of the net. It's safer. Taking it down the line is fraught with a little bit more risk.
But if you can find that, it's just harder for him to stay right on top in the rally.
Yes.
And what makes winning possible tonight for Alex also makes it dangerous. It does come with more risk.
That's first shot. Sorry.
Chip return, love it. But I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of that from the other end too when he returns. Blend.
Fault.
Oh, Patch, he was listening to you that time.
Deuce.
Hit that pretty well, didn't he? Good second serve, but yeah, he's got to take some risks there. And he went down the line. There's a famous man. Dylan Alcott, Australian of the Year.
Fault.
A man who won so many Grand Slam championships at the quad level.
Advantage Rublev.
As I say, watching a couple of players out there on centre stage, I believe he has a part in a Broadway play, he was telling me the other day.
Well, he told me, I didn't know it was Broadway, but he told me he was doing some acting.
Yep.
Fault.
That call goes his way, as does the whole serve. Rublev with a 3-2 lead here in the second. And I say it could be pivotal because in 35 hard-court Grand Slam matches for Rublev, when he's won the opening set, he's lost just once. And that was against Francis Tiafoe at the US Open back in 2021.
Fault.
He's impressed me tonight, Rublev, with his scramble. You know, a couple of lobs that he's dug out, a couple of half volleys, even that block reply. I mean, it's not a strength of his, but he's done it well tonight.
Ooh, big miss.
See, there it is again.
Yeah.
You know, the ability just to improvise and make one more ball.
Yeah, Leighton knew that was a big miss too. This is a dangerous game now. Wooding serve from that southern end into that slight breeze. Not an easy thing.
Thank you.
Fault.
Well, that missed forehand there is looming large now.
Serve out wide will get the backhand return to come cross court. They'll know that. Serving into the forehand may get a free point, but it could get a blistering return. Those are his options. Found a way through.
Fault.
Andrey Rublev.
I think that's just the pace of the return, isn't it? I mean, it's getting back to him so fast. He wouldn't normally miss that backhand. It's bread and butter for him, really, de Minaur, but he's being rushed a little bit by the Rublev power.
But once again, Rublev takes, you know, the left hand off the racket and he scrambles the ball back. He plays a lob. I mean, these are the little subtleties that I haven't seen in his game in the past. You know, we keep talking about a guy that gets caught at the quarterfinal level. These are the things that are going to make him a better player.
Fault.
Show tonight, but he's not the same player when he moves forward. He's way better when he moves laterally, side to side. When he moves forward like that, he's not the same. But how do you get to that part of his game? That's the question.
Net cords.
Big hole there in the context of this match.
So that was a huge hole, Fitzy, against the wind, and that was the last game with those balls that have been played with for 9 games. They were getting rather large. That was a tough hole from Alex.
You know, Wally tends to think he's a stand-up comedian at times. Petch, that was one of Australia's favourite comedians, Magda Zabansky. Likes her tennis. There she is. Funny lady. Geez, she's got a good seat. Right on the court surface. Big in the context here, aren't they, Wally? Because
well, the irony is, if Demon can get a good strike in, it's tough to control the new balls. They're fast out of the can, so Rublev has the wind at his back. Tough to control that low, flat trajectory.
So there's where he lacks the conventional volley. He goes to the top spin. Unconventional here. Which to me means he's not a complete player. Even he's 5 in the world, and there's parts of his game that he still could improve, isn't there? The dimension he plays within, he does awfully well. So well.
Fault.
Oh, he's opened the door here. And this is how close to the surface he boils.
Loitering around the edge of that emotional volcano that we know he does.
Regrouped pretty well after the eruption.
Still one more break point to save.
Fault.
Truly magnificent. "35 incredible shots." And he left the best till last.
There was half an apology there for the earlier let court, I think. And then the fist at the end.
Andrey Rublev.
Playing the bigger points far better at the moment.
Game Rublev.
Minor consolation for de Minaur is that he is getting that close often enough. Just can't quite find a way through. Rublev hangs on, 4-3. Game after the double fall, and you thought perhaps a collapse was on the cards. He controlled himself brilliantly. Pressure back on the Australian.
That 35-shot rally, though, Petch, wasn't it nice? Rublev just managed to play 2 or 3 slices of real quality, just got the ball back when he was in trouble. So we talk about him being one-dimensional, but it's actually scramble in the last couple of games that have been impressive.
Again, the balls being this new for de Minaur, they may not be that easy to control for him as well with his flatter shots from this end.
(30-15).
Greg Tiley. You know, with new balls, with the wind, this takes some serious talent to hit this shot. No margin whatsoever, really. Great man.
4 games.
One of my heroes, Mark.
Here we go.
There's Dylan Alcott. Is that a diamond encrusted foam cover there, Dylan?
Little bling for our man.
Olympic gold medalist.
As is Rublev in the mixed doubles from the Tokyo Olympics.
15 love.
Second set looming, isn't it, as a huge part of the development of this match.
Fault.
Some really rock solid play there from Rublev through the middle of the court. Just didn't open up his side of the court for angles for de Minaur to explore. Very smart tennis.
Forty 50.
Fault.
Flicks that ball around almost like a table tennis ball, doesn't he, at times? That half volley there was amazing in the middle of that rally. Both players faced these crucial points in the first set at 4-all and then 4-5. These are the big ones, the business end of these sets. both at their limit.
And I feel like Demon just played a little deeper in the court there. It was almost like he was absorbing pace a little bit better rather than standing toe-to-toe. You think about how Medvedev just has this amazing record against Rublev, where he just stands deep, absorbs pace, and counterpunches. Demon just took on a slightly different role in that particular point.
Game, Rublev.
It's such a compelling contest between these two at the moment. Some breathtaking rallies. Always a banquet of consequences when these two players take to the court. Always going to be opportunities on both sides of the net to break.
See how Rublev reacts if de Minaur can get a few balls short and low from that end when Rublev's hitting with the breeze. Either a roll backhand if he's got time, a cross court short, or that short slice sometimes if he's got time. Because that ball he loves. Anything that sits up there, that's just bread and butter.
But I think time is the problem, Fitzy. It's just being denied to Alex. Everything's just coming on so fast.
Yeah, he probably has to do it early in the rally if he gets the right return off his serve, I would think.
Wait, please.
Fitzy, how many times has Alex served and volleyed tonight?
Yeah, not one, I think, that I can remember.
Maybe just, you know, just these are the things, just these little subtleties have sort of been denied him tonight.
Well, I think we're not seeing his full repertoire tonight, but it's the power that's restricting him. You know, he would be coming in a lot more if against most players.
Let's first of all.
And you've got to give Rublev credit there. He's dictating most of the time, not all of it.
He's on fire. He's playing so well.
Oh, what a backhand. That was hammered by Rublev into that backhand wing, and the timing that took when he was almost off balance, still moving to control that backhand down the line. That's as good as we've seen, I think, from de Minaur tonight almost.
Let's first turn. 5 games off.
Fault.
Good opportunity there to do what Wally was saying, come in. He's only done it once tonight, hasn't he? Take the second serve and follow it in, but great opportunity just to at least make Rublev come up with a pass quickly after the serve.
Fault.
Dirty love. Setting 15.
He's always found a shot to quieten the crowd down,
40,
not allow them to get too involved. They're desperate to. Great response to that exciting point. Rublev 6-5, second set.
Rublev leads 6 games to 5.
Alex just hasn't been able to find a way, has he, to get himself ahead and just allow Rublev to potentially sort of unravel a little bit. You feel as though there's the opportunity tonight, the way that this man at times has reacted to some of the adversity that he's faced. Just hasn't been a sustained period. You kind of know what he's thinking all the time, Fitzy, don't you?
Hard on the sleeve. Not sure he was happy there.
And plenty of heart. Not easy to come out and play with this many people, hoping you come off second best.
Yeah.
Time.
The dying embers of another beautiful day in Melbourne, and everybody here in particular hoping it's not the dying embers in terms of Alex de Minaur's participation in the Australian Open men's draw. Some crucial moments coming up here in the second set.
Fault.
Love.
Surprisingly unbalanced here from Rublev in terms of all the weight being on his left leg.
All.
Fault.
Alex de Minaur at his best.
Well, that's the play he wants. He's looking for that constantly. And tonight, he's just been given very few opportunities to hit that ball and look like he's moving forward after it. That wasn't super short, that forehand. He took that on the rise from way back in the court. That was one heck of a forehand.
Fault.
Players I've seen Alex use that slice down to the forehand wing against this summer so far, I think Rublev's handled it the best. You know, that low slice out to the forehand gives some players a lot of trouble, but he's just been smashing it back. So it sort of takes one of Alex de Minaur's options away.
Would have been some shot.
Six games all. Tie ball.
First part of the objective achieved by de Minaur, hanging on to his serve.
Fault.
Rublev.
Conditions aren't easy, we know that, but it's going to be the decisions that both men take in the next 10 minutes that are going to decide this second set.
That's first serve. One all. Rublev.
The finest exponent of percussive maintenance you'll see on tour, Andrey Rublev. Relentless repetition.
Pace, and then he just shows us just how lightning he is.
On the regular tour, he loses that point every time because there would have been a doubles net. But tonight, it gives him a chance to take this second set. Once again, though, you've got to say, Rublev just getting back to business so quickly after a simply astonishing get from de Minaur.
Well, a two-set swing here up for grabs. It's going to be 2 sets to love or dead even after this tiebreaker. So I think everyone in the stadium, not just in that box, knows how important these next few points are.
I tell you, if Demon can pinch this set, we are going to need a set of earmuffs down here.
De Minaur. Please, no noise when the server is serving.
Fault.
Yeah. Something different. That's Wally will be happy with that. Stepping in, taking the ball early. He's floated a few of those long by catching them late. This time he was on the money.
A little safe too, that second serve, 137.
Fault.
Hit and come in. Good second serve there, jumped up high, and that caused the miss hit. If that happens to Rublev's forehand, it's usually good night. He's standing up well, isn't he, Andre? You've got to respect how he's performing here.
6-4.
And the ability then, and on the big moment, to take the speed off that lob, that's as good as it gets for me.
Fitzy, for me, it wasn't the lob, it was this shot.
Yeah.
Look at that. Digs that into the service box. That is awesome. He makes this all day long. He never misses that.
I love your confidence.
Fault.
Andrey's riding his luck a little bit there. That felt like a miss hit to me. It sounded and felt like one, and it dropped awkwardly there for de Minaur.
I can confirm it was a miss hit.
Fault.
Please.
Behind the silence, there has been defiance by an outpouring of emotion for de Minaur and undiluted excitement in Australia. Centrepiece. And it turned the tide in his favour.
Love 15.
Fault.
So it's a war of attrition, isn't it?
15 off.
And Rublev now just vocalizing a little more his discontent. This man has to stay his course. And psychologically, Mark, this is what happens, isn't it? I mean, if he was up 2 sets to love, he'd be feeling better. Mentally, he wouldn't feel any little niggles in his body. Now, look at the body language. It's a strange old thing, this mental capacity we have as athletes. Let me rephrase that. They have as athletes.
I was gonna interrupt you.
I beat you to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, table that thought.
De Minaur plays a great game to start the third. That's vitally important. All the tension and drama of the end of that second set, you must start
First game.
out of the blocks.
And there was a different look about Alex in the first game. He just looked like he had time. He hit one forehand. You remember the forehand he pumped down to the Rublev's forehand corner. He hit with a lot of shape. He just seemed to have more time to create. Got to the net on one point. No doubt Alex was feeling tension at the start of this match. It seems to have dropped from his shoulders.
And there's a definite momentum change here. Can he capitalise, De Minaur?
Love 70.
Fitzy, this last two games is the demon we've seen all summer.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's 15,000 people here. He knows he can win this match. He comes out, he's tight. Of course he's a little tight. And Rublev is just playing at warp speed. But all of a sudden, Demon looks like he's got options.
Maybe his shoulders slightly, but is the pace off his racket allowing De Minaur this extra time?
Ever so slightly, Fitzy, but I'm actually sitting here next to Barbara Eagle, and we were just discussing the wind is gone. So it's cooler, there is no breeze, the conditions are just that little bit heavier, but I think there's just a little something too about Alex's movement. He just looks so much freer. Did you see how much time he had to shape that last ball and flight it? That just didn't seem to be available to him earlier in the match.
But I thought that was down to the power from Rublev.
But he's playing deeper in the court too. He's giving himself a bit more time.
Right.
It's a little bit more in and out of the court as opposed to standing on the baseline and slugging it out.
Well, this is a lesson in perseverance too, and resilience as a tennis player. You've got to be able to withstand the barrage if you're going to have a chance against these good players well, great players.
And to your question, Fitzy, yes, maybe, you know, Hawkeye could probably confirm, but maybe it has dipped ever so slightly, but that might be as much about his attitude as anything else.
Well, he has thrown everything at De Minaur so far, and he finds himself a set or on down a break.
.128 was his average off the forehand side. Rublev in that second set, he is down at 119. So Fitzy, your judgment call was absolutely on the money.
Well, it's a roller coaster though. All it takes is one break back and his attitude might accelerate again. Might become like it was. But he's definitely missing more balls right now in the early part of his third set than he was. Definitely.
Thoughts cartwheeling through his brain, and you don't get the sense there's a lot of positive ones right now for Rublev.
Ball. Ball.
30 on.
Pretty important to consolidate that break, though, isn't it? The momentum can quickly shift back. If there's a break of serve back here, Rublev might find himself a different player again.
He has harvested so many points out to that forehand of Rublev's.
47.
De Minaur has a tailwind behind him right now, and all of Australia, 3 love.
Games to love. Fifteen love.
Ball.
That stat, just, I can't get that out of my mind.
Well, I hope I've got it right, but it's
because
relatively closer than you would think.
yeah, well, exactly. And you know how hard it is at this level to have a winning record. Matches won compared to matches lost. It's very difficult. You need a lot of resilience at this level. And to me, Rublev, you know, takes his losses on the court, or if he thinks he's going to lose, or if he's behind, he's just distraught, it appears. Whereas if he's winning, even if he's not playing that well, he's happy as Larry. Not sure which Larry, but it's an old saying. And he's not building his points the same. He's mentally not as switched on, is he, Rublev?
7 mils.
Gee, I love that dig from Alex.
Yep.
On return. It all matters.
He had a good look at the line there, didn't he? Just a little bit lower than perhaps he wanted it.
Well, he's actually on the verge now, Alex, of busting this match wide open. A couple of good points at the right time here, and Rublev will be in trouble. More trouble than he is now.
Advantage Rublev. Left first serve.
was an important hold. John Morris's agent just to the back there on the left in the second row, looking after Rublev, also Svitolina. Problem for Rublev in these moments when somebody is playing as well as Alex is, that his plan B is just to go harder and closer to the lines, and therefore there could be more unforced errors. Plan A is always the best one.
Petch, you saying his plan B is in fact his plan A?
Yes, just harder and closer to the lines.
I reckon he'd be easy to coach, actually, with respect to everyone involved. Because if it doesn't work going hard, he just goes harder.
Left. First one.
I'm saying that tongue in cheek, by the way.
We know.
Fault.
Boys, how many unforced errors from Rublev in this 4 games? 4.5 games in this set.
11.
Fault.
That's most of the points.
12. In that last service game, I was almost thinking, Alex, just make a return, be safe. Because he's just so likely to give you an unforced error. But, you know, maybe Dean is just keep doing what you're doing.
Now he should, yeah.
I was thinking play safe, but maybe that plays Rublev back into the contest.
That felt like John Daly hitting a golf ball.
15.
Or whoever wins the long drive contest, that was a little bit of anger in that one.
Fault.
It's a bit like a mentality of just throwing caution to the wind, isn't it? When you tee off like that. And yeah, that's where the saying comes from. Smashes the next ball off his backhand, and it creates a little bit of tension for de Minaur.
That is absolutely world class. He's recovered his poise and he's purged his anger, and suddenly out of nowhere a bit of danger for the Australian.
Well, it's his go-to. It wasn't working going hard, he's gone harder, and the 3 of them have gone in.
Fault.
Fabulous linear tennis here from de Minaur. to the delight of virtually everybody inside this stadium. The mini comeback comes to nothing for Rublev. De Minaur 4-1. Rublev playing catch-up in this third.
It was a little hint, though, wasn't it? It was like a little warning shot across the bows from Rublev in that last game. Just the one break, and it just shows how dangerous he can be with those 3 shots that he delivered at love 40. Demons has got to stick to task, and as I said, I was sort of considering, does he just keep making balls now and almost feed into Rublev's impatience, but that might be slightly dangerous.
Well, he tends to go through 2 or 3 games, doesn't he? When he loses his marbles a little bit, so to speak, and gets so emotive, it lasts a couple of games, but he snaps back, as he has here.
$40-15.
Once again, he gets that ball up and down so fast, doesn't he, Rublev, on that forehand wing.
De Minaur leads 4 games to 2.
Well, he needed that game, did Andrey. He was imploding a little bit there up until that stage. Sit down helped him at 4-1, and that was a solid, very good game. So still in the set because of that. He's found a bit more time, whether that's to do with Rublev taking the foot off the accelerator a little bit at times, but he doesn't look as rushed, and this is the type of tennis we've seen from him early in the summer, taking that backhand down the line, you know, getting on the offensive.
$15. $30-15.
I think one thing's for sure, there's less positive vibes going through Rublev's mind now than there was in the first 2 sets. Or 1 3/4 sets. He's not as vibrant. When he moves forward in the court, he's not the same player.
$40-15.
missed badly.
2-2.
Drops the dagger, 5-2. The million-dollar question is, can de Minaur get through to his first ever quarter-final at the Australian Open?
Love.
Looks so disconsolate now, doesn't he?
Five double faults. And just the 4 aces to offset it.
Ready, 15.
Fault.
Forty, 15.
Well, this is a good move from Rublev to fight hard here and make de Minaur serve this set out if he can.
Yeah, Rublev.
He would have loved uncontested ownership of this set, de Minaur.
De Minaur leads 5 games to 3.
This man is a top 5 player for a reason, and being challenged was seemingly inevitable. Can he pass this particular test?
Love 15.
Well, a guy that hits the ball this hard, this heavy, this consistently is always dangerous, isn't he?
Fault.
$15-7.
de Minaur, but a free one from Rublev, which you don't expect.
Let's go. Coleman, here we go.
He's found his mojo again, hasn't he, Rublev?
30-14.
To his credit.
Is Alex de Minaur about to take an unwanted detour in this set?
It's a game of centimetres, isn't it? My goodness.
Was that always going out, Wally?
Absolutely. Never in doubt. This match to me now, you know, it's not even so much about tactics now. It's just about, you know, a moment, playing each point, application, execution, attitude.
This time when de Minaur needs it. Geez, not going to swap the racket. That sounded like it broke.
Set point.
Fault.
Awesome from Rublev there. Well, I guess the biggest game shouldn't be easy to win.
It's been one of the most attractive qualities of this contest tonight, that they've actually played some of the best rallies at the biggest moments.
Demon wants a cheap point, but with that first serve, just think of line and length. Don't overserve.
Fault.
He looks like he's just gone a fraction tentative, doesn't he?
And just pressing on that first serve, just, you know what it's like, you're serving a set out, you just want it to be over, you want the bomb. These margins aren't great on the first serve at the moment.
Well, he certainly let him down.
Just couldn't quite keep himself in the present. Was hoping the future was a 2-1 lead. It may still be for the Australian, but we are on serve now for most of this third set to get a calmness to be able to get the break back. And he's right in the crest of some positive optimism for the first time in a while.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster ride with him, isn't it, emotionally? But to his credit here, he's found himself again. He's not making the errors now that he was Rublev in the first 3 games of this set. So now de Minaur has to win the points again rather than get a hand with all of those free ones.
Ready, 15.
This feels like the beginning of the match now again, doesn't it?
15.
So after 2 hours and 46 minutes, we're back on an even keel, dead even, in the back end of this 3rd set.
5, games all.
Touched on the fact that he had lost a bit of pace at the start of this 3rd set, hit a bit of a flat spot down at 119 on that forehand that produces so many great points for Rublev. He's back up at 130 kilometers an hour.
Love.
This is why 5 sets can be so interesting. The peaks and the valleys. De Minaur now having to find his mojo again. He's dropped off his standard a little bit in the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Just wonder, don't you, whether Rublev at some moments in matches just block that, learn to block forehand, get the ball into play and then build that tempo.
If I had $1 for every person that had suggested that to me about Andrey, I'd be a wealthy man. So you're dead right. That's what most seem to think.
Because when he gets in the point right now, you feel as though he's very much in the ascendancy. Drilling balls into de Minaur's forehand.
Talk about that's a carbon copy of the last point to that forehand, but he has such a strong forehand grip to return, and you kind of need a neutral grip to block. It starts with the grip. I mean, there's no way he's blocking that.
But Wally, what a mentality to have to keep going for that when you're missing it and giving away free points. When you're in the rally, you're the favourite at the moment.
Still on to play for a moment. De Minaur 6-5, 3rd set.
De Minaur leads 6 games to 5. New balls, please.
Great point you make, Wally.
Just discussing the merits of the Rublev forehand return, but right now it comes down to Alex. How many quality returns can he get back into play here to create a bit of tension at 6-5?
Crowd's doing a good job of creating a bit of tension as well. Breaking records for fun this tournament in terms of attendances. 76,795 through the gates for Middle Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
A new record.
Thank you. Next players are ready. Thank you.
Oh, what a point. What an opening point. That was scary good. New balls, the control you need. And Rublev didn't do anything wrong. He made a good volley here. Great serve. De Minaur jumps, gets the early jump there to hit the passing shot.
How early did he pick that up on the run, De Minaur?
Points of the highest quality.
The beauty and brutality of this sport on show.
59.
What a night.
That is 15.
I was just thinking after that aggressive return on the previous point, at this stage right now, what is Leighton Hewitt thinking up there in the camp of De Minaur? Because Leighton, right now, Leighton would not miss a return. He would not give a free point away. What's Demon's mindset on the second serve? Does he go for it, winner takes all, or make Rublev play?
He made him play, but it wasn't quite good enough.
No, it was too short. You know what Demon does that Leighton didn't do as much is hit the backhand down the line, take a bit more risk on the backhand wing. Leighton went across court with that 99% of the time. His mentality was, I'm not going to miss, I'm going to make the other guy miss. Demon just a little bit different than that.
That's the forehand you're talking about, Fitzy. Just not even necessarily a short ball, but just charging it. Taking all the time away from Rublev. Tremendous shot given this stage of the match.
And that movement alters the terms of engagement, doesn't it, in a rally like that? Flips it straight to the advantage of the Australian.
Left, first one.
Both of these players want to serve wide to that first court, don't they, on the big points? That's where they want to go.
Please.
He's answered the question, hasn't he? Winner take all. He's going to roll the dice and go for it, Demon.
Well, an unpredictable outcome is not an argument for inaction. An action man, the Australian, looking to grab the third.
Hit the line twice, Rublev. Unbelievable. Maybe the outside of the line twice. That was the last one.
And I'm not sure it came off the middle of the racket either.
The backhand definitely didn't come off the middle of the racket.
It did, however, come off the middle of the line.
And let's not forget he got a little net caught in the middle of that rally, Rublev.
He's got nerves of steel, Rublev. He's breathing hard, though. I'm sure his heart rate's up there, like everyone else's in this stadium. Trying to get this to a tiebreaker again.
Fault.
Gutsy hold there.
Fortitude and fortune gets Rublev to the tiebreaker.
6 games all. Time break.
Oh, he picked it beautifully. So inadvertently, he knows that De Minaur wants to go down the line there and come in. A la Leighton Hewitt, by the way. But this is his favourite play, and he takes off early, Rublev, and deals with it.
Fault.
One out. Let first serve.
Let's not forget that point started with the block return from Demon with the nice wide serve. Therein lies the subtle difference in their games.
Return, wow. The serve was a little bit in the hitting zone, wasn't it? Well, you'd go wide if you're Demon here, I think, even though Rublev might know, because his mentality is to swing at it. And he's missed a lot of those returns.
Foul.
Seriously good point from De Minaur. Wow. The accuracy and consistency there is just top shelf.
And Fitzy, how good that he wasn't perturbed. He got hit, beaten by an amazing pass with a similar play earlier in the tie-break. But, yep, stick to your guns. If a guy can come up and do that 2 times in a row, too good.
Well, that was a longer rally, wasn't it, mate? And Rublev didn't quite have the fast twitch there at the end of that rally to get out there early. You've got to admire his fortitude and how he continues to just accelerate the racket head.
Well, he's certainly one of the more watchable players, isn't he? Because of the emotions that he gives you. And at times in this third set, he's looked like he's going to be a planet without an atmosphere. It looks as though he could go anywhere. But what he has done is regroup beautifully in some pressurized moments. And that, another one of those fabulous forehands.
And De Minaur had the character to actually applaud that in the middle of all of this.
Can you believe it? Double net cord.
How did that climb its way over? I'm sitting virtually to the side of the net. The first strike, it's almost under the height of the net. Climbs over. Amazing.
It's an Australian net. I tell you, when a net is this taut, it rarely goes over that one. Change the perspective, doesn't it? Look at the body language now. Huge moment that was, and this is too.
6-3. De Minaur. Let's proceed.
Did that hit both lines?
6-4.
We've seen it before. When his back's to the wall, he hits one line. He hits with more gusto.
How do you reconcile that with the 2 second serve returns he just hit?
Magic in Melbourne.
7 games to 6.
Spellbinding. De Minaur, 2 sets to 1. Elation on one side of the court, desolation on the other. It's a great opportunity here, and you can see Alex making sure that he comes out here lively.
He's got to go back to that third set because Rublev dropped his head for 10 or 12 minutes in that beginning of the third set, and he got a jump on him. Big opportunity there missed for Alex de Minaur.
You know, you go back to that situation when Alex served for that set and his serve deserted him. And then you go to the 2 second serves that Rublev got to look at in the tiebreak, and he just sailed them long. But you think for Alex in this 4th set, it's important. Charges the forehand there and doesn't make it, but it's just important he goes back to the, a rhythm serve. He just wanted so many free points. He just wanted the point to be over at the back end of that 4th, and it got him in a spot of bother.
Yeah, it did. It did. Great observation for me, because he didn't get any free help from his serve because he overserved. He wanted that wide one to the forehand so much, but he was hitting it so hard. Maybe take a bit off, get it up the line a bit more.
So good. And as you said earlier, Fitzy, Rublev seems to play. He's one of those players where you can kind of tell the score through the scoreboard as well. And it allows him to talk himself off some internal ledge. And right now, de Minaur will feel as though his opponent potentially wavering at the start of the 4th. Can he get a jump on him here?
I think that's the opportunity. Second serve to the first court where he can take more of a risk. He's getting caught into the body a bit, de Minaur, with the second serve, and it's ballooning a little bit. It gives Rublev a chance to make the first big ground stroke in the rally. He gets out of jail there, does Rublev.
And, if either of the two players are as confident as the win predictor.
What a mover he is.
15 love.
It'd be a treat to watch him move around a tennis court without hitting a ball, even. Beautiful close there.
And a great reset in the middle of that rally as well.
Yeah. He still looks fresh, doesn't he?
Fault.
Oh. He's so brutal, isn't he? Like, it's just stand and deliver. And sometimes you don't see the development of a point that you remember because he just finishes it so quickly with such power, like a one hit. Bit of talent there. Not renowned for that feel, Rublev, as much as the power, but he handled that slice across court magnificently.
Alex on his +1 forehand on that due side has gone over 80% of the time into the backhand side of Rublev. We saw the opening point of that third set breaker where Rublev went over there, drilled the backhand pass, couldn't capitalize on the lead, but he is getting a little heads up in that department.
Becomes a battle of the wills, too.
Second song.
Fault.
Gee. Well,
30-40.
hit a big double fault to lose his serve when he served for that second set. And that one hurts him too. The double fault gave him a sniff, didn't it?
And he's shown plenty of backbone there.
Yeah.
But Fitzy, once again, just not enough first serves in that game.
Sitting around 52% at the moment is de Minaur on the match. Tends to be around 60%. And he's a little lower in terms of first serve points won, even with that lower sort of first serve percentage going for it. So the trade, as you say, Wally, hasn't been ideal for him.
Petch, it's about 16 degrees down here, and it's definitely gotten cooler as the match has progressed. And the court also loses heat, you know, from the course of the day. It settles down. The bounce is low, you know. 195 in the slot is not really getting it done either. You've really got to hit your spots at the moment.
Yeah. And mentally now he's back in it.
30 love.
Fault.
Ready, 15.
Fault.
Forty 15.
Impressive turnaround. That is, it's high quality there.
Perfect start for Rublev in the fourth.
leads
3
against
unanswered
Minaur.
games.
Fifteen love.
Just twice out of 12 times he's found himself down 2 sets to 1 in a best-of-5 match as he managed to turn things around, Rublev. One of those for the 2 sets that Love down at Roland Garros against Sam Querrey back in 2020. Also did it against Denis Shapovalov at the US Open in 2022.
Forty love. Rublev leads 3 games to 1.
Fourth best last season, Rublev, in terms of return games won. So he will fancy his chances of still recovering this 4th set.
Fifteen love. Thirty love.
Feels like a slightly flat patch, doesn't it, for both of them right now? The level's been so high for so long. He misses an unusual amount of balls when he moves forward.
30 on.
Well, it's because he doesn't want to volley after it, so he's trying to hit a clean winner. That just needed a little bit of touch and a feather over the net for the winner as a drop shot.
Hard to play that shot catch with a semi-western grip.
Yep. The quality of Alex's returns, he always stands a chance of recovering these situations.
There's a real difference mentally, I think, too, when you're down a break in a set and then you break back. It gives you a real momentum, I think, and gives you a real shot in the arm in terms of mental application. If you are up a break and lose that, it can work in the opposite. So let's see how they react here. Big opportunity for de Minaur here in this fourth set now.
The only disclaimer to that, Fitz, is it almost feels like the breeze has picked up again, and the player at the southern end or Demon's end now has to fight it.
You knew what was coming.
He stepped it up again. It's hard to pick someone here, isn't it? This is a real tussle.
The lethal loveliness of that forehand has been on display for 3.5 hours.
Well, that's the serve he's been looking for. It's only 178 out there. Rublev makes this one.
15-30.
He misses his fair share of those returns, but or he has over the course of this match, but de Minaur gets an easy put-away forehand. So that's the serve he's looking for to the first court. Tell you what, he's still quick after 3.5 hours, isn't he? That first step was like lightning from de Minaur there.
That's a real change up for de Minaur with his +1. He tried to get back in behind Rublev on a big point. Hasn't hit many of those. Didn't quite have the rhythm. Rublev may take the lead. And yet another fluctuation in this phenomenal match.
Little Novak, like, wasn't it just drilled a bunch of balls straight back at the server to great advantage?
Well, for both of them in the last 2 games too, it wasn't their best service games.
Love 15.
Marcus Borderias on the lefty of pitcher with the green cap on in the front row. Strength and conditioning coach. And Rublev, who's hardly taken a break at the back end of last season. It'll be interesting to see how he does physically. Season in Dubai, he played a UTS exhibition event in London, headed to Hong Kong, which of course he won. He is a workhorse. But Alex can take your lungs away.
That was called good. Starting to doubt the technology. She threw the air. We're at a pretty good angle there. That just seemed like it was going out, but caught the line.
Got to take those Aussie specs off, Fitzy.
I don't think they're that biased. Heck of a smash, by the way.
Let's first serve.
Yes, they are. Yeah. He Petch called it. There was one forehand in the going back a few points now when he was pushed into the backhand corner. It was one big step. It was heavy. Then he shook his fingers out. And a couple of times here when he's decelerating, he's not really powering back into the court. I tell you what, his backhand at the line up at the moment is just setting Demon up for the cross-court forehand.
Still cranking the serve out at just under 200, but it just seemed to me when he changed direction there, he didn't have the power. Top end, anyway. I'm not sure he can believe how quick de Minaur is. But did he play a good point there or what? And his serve has saved him here.
They continue to enthrall us after 3 hours and 40 minutes. Rublev a game away from taking us to a fifth. About an hour shy of midnight in Melbourne. Are we going to go to a deciding set?
Let's first serve. $15. $30.
Well, I think, and again, Wally, I know this, in all likeliness, might go to the fifth set here now. But I really feel that Alex, if he can draw Rublev off the court, he's not getting to the ball as quickly as maybe he was earlier on. But this is going to be a grind, isn't it, to the finish line?
Oh.
And when you hit the ball as hard as Rublev does, you've got to be just in absolutely perfect position, in perfect balance. So this will be interesting. But I do agree with you, Rublev looks a little fatigued. Demon seems fine. And I'm not convinced that Rublev is going to hold on to this serve.
That's his stock standard play, though. I'm not sure what the percentages are, but he's going wide a lot to that first court and just looks to the open court, doesn't he?
$30.
It saved him in the previous game, the serve. He's stepping up in that facet.
Fault.
40 love.
Fifth set beckons. And to be honest, it's what this match deserves. It has been spectacularly good all the way through.
2 sets on.
Fault.
Love 15.
Won 4, lost 5 when he's gone to a fifth set. Alex Rublev 1-12, lost 9.
Love 13.
He's like a front runner, isn't he? He gets 2 errors from de Minaur to give him love 30, and then he comes out swinging. What a start this would be for Rublev. It's like he just gets a whiff, doesn't he? A little sniff in the breeze.
Fault.
Oh, he found his range. Found it perfectly in the last 2 points.
That's unbelievable.
Fault.
Love.
Wow, now he's hitting the lines. And look at the look in that face. Goodness me, all of a sudden he's on a roll here, Wally.
40 love.
It's actually something that perhaps went a little unnoticed in the fourth set, but his accuracy on both sides was about 83%. Within 2 feet, and he's just nailed another one right there as well.
Well, that's a scary start to the fifth set.
I honestly believed he was losing condition at the back end of the fourth.
But it all depends on where he sits in terms of winning and losing to me. He got a sniff at the beginning of that first game, love 30, and then stepped up straight away. If he gets behind in a set, the head drops more. The job ahead now for Alex de Minaur. this now, he's going to have to get his first serve percentage up. It's down just above 50% for the whole match. It's got to be over 60 now, I think, to the finish line.
Ready, 15.
Pure sizzle off that side from Rublev in this fifth set to start with. He lost about 11 Ks off the forehand side in the fourth. Didn't hurt him though, because he serves so well. But he is absolutely ripping it at the start of the fifth.
Seems like a must-win game here all of a sudden, doesn't it? For Alex de Minaur.
Still very much a battle of wits out here, and Alex is not unarmed in that department. Thinking his way to a free point.
He's just thrashing the ball now, is Rublev. He nearly swung himself off his feet there with that first return. He thought he made it. de Minaur.
Advantage, Rublev.
Well, out of nowhere, in the space of 7 or 8 minutes, this becomes the biggest point of the match so far.
From Rublev, deservedly so. A double break is his. 3-love.
Well, I, for one, while he didn't think physically this would happen at the beginning of the fifth. He has really stood up here, hasn't he? He got a sniff in the first game,
Fault.
and it's just changed his whole attitude towards his 5th set, Rublev.
One of the few he's missed. No, I was just I'm sitting down courtside here with Brad Gilbert. We're just having a chat, and we were both of the opinion that he was starting to feel a pinch at the back end of the 4th there, but it's almost like that has relaxed him and given him clarity just to free wheel.
Just about to become the 2nd longest match of Alex de Minaur's career in terms of time. Longest ever against Christian Garin at Wimbledon in 2022. 4 hours and 34 minutes. Lost that one. He has in fact lost his 3 longest matches of his career that have gone past 3 hours and 54 minutes. Rublev, on the flip side of that, has won his 4 longest matches, and this undoubtedly will be the longest match of his career. That stands at 4 hours and 8 minutes against Denis Shapovalov at the US Open in 2022. Almost looked as though he was limping there, Rublev, after that final point.
Yeah, I think he was.
On his right leg.
Is that cramp, Wally?
I don't know. And sometimes when he stops, his feet sound so heavy on the court. It's like thud, thud, thud.
Yeah, he is. He's in a bit of trouble.
He is cramping. There it is.
Wow. Oh, the drama of it all.
Which is hard to believe on such a cool night.
Rublev leads 4 games to love.
Well, for sure, the Hewitt and de Minaur camp, they're just sitting literally meters away from Rublev. Surely they've seen that, and they'll give Demon the...
Got to move him, says Leighton Hewitt. Absolutely.
Give him the message.
Well, you know one thing, Rublev will go for broke even more now. So Leighton's saying, Alex, you got to move him. Bit of extra drama.
Hard though, isn't it, playing the injured man?
Fault.
Well, we saw the team at the end of the 4th set, Rublev's team quickly getting water, and we got the salt packets that were heading out. They must have been aware at that particular stage that there was a chance that this was going to unfold.
Fault.
And the absence of alternatives right now for Rublev with a 4-love lead also makes his choices that much more simple, whereas for de Minaur, more complicated.
This is almost where you want that high, heavy kicker, get it out of your strike zone.
That's what he's going to do. He's on almost 1.5 legs here.
15-14.
How good has his ground shots and his forehand been in this final set? Unplayable.
Foul.
Absolute miracle of a performance in this 5th set from Rublev. Whichever way you look at it, it has been perfect. 5-love. And he's been too much for Alex de Minaur to handle in this 5th set. But every point that Alex can extend this, you just never know.
Yeah.
Love 15.
Well, that's the point. If this match is still going in 2 games' time, you don't know how good Rublev will be.
So you're saying right now Alex is maybe the closest he's been to winning this match thus far?
Well, I'm not saying that, but Rublev is. It looks to me like his whole lower body is starting to cramp.
I agree with you. Alex just has to jag a couple of returns here.
My goodness.
But then you play the injured man and not the ball. You just nurse it back. You don't make it. It's a difficult situation.
I would have liked to have seen him crush a few cross-court forehand returns on that due side. He's tried to jag it down the line or just fade it down the line, and Rublev hasn't had to cover cross. It's made it hard for him to find the backhand.
Thank you.
If he can win this game, you just don't know. De Minaur
30-all.
going to get the ball back and deep. Easier said than done.
Foul.
Incredible turn of events.
14-7.
And the physical discomfort that he's felt has just calcified his resolve to get after the ball as quickly as possible. Match point Rublev for a place in the quarterfinals. Could there still be a fair return?
Well, if he wins this game, yes.
Deuce.
It seems like he's deteriorating.
Foul.
Maybe that's what it's going to take, though. Alex just playing some huge points, not nursing the ball, trying to move in, but absolutely going for it himself. Too good.
Deuce.
How well has Rublev hit the ball to the lines here on the ground strokes and the serve in this 5th set? Quite remarkable.
Fault.
This ain't over.
Advantage de Minaur.
Oh my giddy aunt.
I mean, have you seen anyone ever pick up a ball on the half volley on their forehand and sweep it into space better than Rublev?
Oh.
Fault.
Advantage de Minaur.
Fault.
Deuce.
There was nothing wrong with the return. It was just another wonderful response from Rublev.
Well, you've got to take your hat off to him.
Advantage
I mean, with the
Rublev.
amount of sugar that he's got in the tank, he has rolled the rock like nobody else these last couple of weeks. Some of the finest array of winners you'll see. Match point.
Fault.
Game, set, and play. Rublev.
Remarkable Rublev.
3 sets to 2. 6-4, 6-7, 6-7, 6-3, 6-0.
He recovers from 2 sets to 1 down and books his place in a 10th quarterfinal of a Grand Slam.